What's your opinion? Huh? The calf knows. She's gonna make her case. No. Wrong place. It needs a map. I've got to do this different. I tried this out there, but it's too windy. The title will probably be Cow Rejects Calf or whatever. Something that happens in cattle. I've never had this happen with sheep. I've had this happen with cattle several times. Especially with a first time, where are we at here? Yeah. A first time mother, a heifer having her first baby. They get freaked out, especially if it's painful. This cow that you see in this video, Pickle! Obedience is not his first trait. Sorry. First time mother has the baby. It's painful. She had a really big calf. It was too big for her. I had to pull it. I had to tie it off. It was in a good position. It wasn't breech or anything like that. It was in a good position, feet first. I was able to get a rope around it, ease, pull, and I had to pull it to get it out. She'd given up. So I wasn't sure how long she'd been in labor. So for her, it was a bad experience, painful and all this. I get the baby pulled out. I get the mother's laying there. For about 20 minutes, the mother's laying down, just like she might as well be dead. Just she finally gets up, does not look back, walks away from the calf. That's unusual. That's not instinctive. Or she may not have had the instinct, or the pain just overran it, or whatever the case is. She wants nothing to do with this calf. She's up, she's out of there. In a situation like that, you really don't want to separate them, but sometimes you don't have a choice. So the first thing it is, once the calf is up and running around, I kept moving the calf over to the mother, and she'd walk away. Or she'd try to kick at it or whatever. And so I realized, okay, this is going to work. So I put the mother in a pen and then put the baby in there with her. And she's horned. I don't have a lot of horned cattle. And that's her only negative there. Well, it's her second negative now. But she kept trying to ram the calf into the side of the pen, keeping it off of her. She's obviously associating the pain with this thing or whatever. And this happens. This is not something new. So she's abandoned. She's rejected the calf, resents the calf, whatever you want to say. So I kept the mother in the pen and had to take the baby out and put it in a separate pen because she was going to hurt it. Got the mother into a squeeze chute. I got that in the video. Took forever. Got the baby onto the mother. Meanwhile, I fed this baby 3 times with a bottle already. It's been a 24-hour period. I got colostrum in it, so I'm covered there. But I did get the baby onto its mother. Now, if I could do that for a day or 2 or 3 or 4, it'd be a lot of labor. But eventually the mother should pick up her own scent from the calf drinking her milk. Okay? So it won't be such a, it'll become part of her, in a sense. She'll reconnect. That's the plan. Now, you have to decide, maybe you don't have a squeeze chute, maybe the cow is just crazy, trying to kill you, the calf, or whatever else. Then your option is to do the bottle feeding. But bottle feeding is at least 6 months. Minimum 3 times a day. I've got away twice a day, but it was a different calf. So in a situation like that, you really don't want to bottle feed. When you're first on the scene and something's wrong and the mother doesn't want to do with it, you need to get colostrum into that baby. Keep it hydrated, specifically colostrum, not just replacement milk. If you skip colostrum, 9 out of 10 times the calf ain't going to make it. So you got the colostrum in there. You got them hydrated, small amounts, frequent, all this kind of thing. And now you're trying to get the baby reconnected with the mother. That's the goal, because you want to be able to put them back out to pasture, get them out of your hair. The baby's full on. It's a female. She knows this is her mom. She's all about it. She made it real easy. Went right to her. But the mother will see it. I'm guessing it's going to take 3 times. The mother was really good once she was in the squeeze. Once the baby was on her, she only tried to kick it 1 time. And then she just kind of accepted that. If I could get her to do that 3 times, I'll put him in the same pen. And if she allows it to milk for a couple of days, then we'll kick him loose and be done with it. The only other thing is I have to keep, or I might long-term keep doing the squeeze thing. But once again, that's labor intensive. It's easier to put the calf in a pen and bottle feed it. But it's expensive, and you got to do it like 3 times a day, minimum. Yeah. So that's just something people don't consider sometimes. It's cow has a bad experience, resents the calf, doesn't want any part of it. Now what do? You got a baby that can't be, that's not getting fed by its mom. Mom's not participating. It's like, well, what the hell? Now, will I keep this cow again and rebreed her? Probably not. I don't want the horns. That's a strike against her. I have had cows that did this, that recovered in their next child. They got, they're cool with it, whatever. But that we'll see. We'll see if she clicks and I put her back out there, she'll probably get knocked up again. But this is just something you have to consider when raising cattle. These things happen. But ideally, you really don't want to separate them unless you absolutely have to, because the further they are apart, these two are in a pen right next to each other. But if you separate them, take them to another place, they're never going to reconnect. It makes it very difficult. And you also don't want an animal that's raised as a pet. This is going to be a 1,200-pound cow someday. I don't need another pet. I got plenty of dogs and cats. The bottle-fed ones, I got plenty of animals out here. The only reason still is they were bottle-fed. They were like babies. But you really don't want to get into that trap either. Let's say if the mother doesn't accept and I change my mind, I'll continue to bottle feed for a week or 2, get it really locked into me, then I'll kick that baby out there with that herd, and she'll grow up a cow. And they'll take her in. I'll just have to go out there every day to bottle feed 2-3 times a day and then leave her back with the herd. Set up something like that. You don't want her to grow or become outside the group. Anyhow, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but it happens. You have a cow, has a calf, doesn't want it. You got to try to get them back together. And the other thing, you always got to have a bottle, like for calves specifically. You need to have a bottle. You got to have a bag of colostrum. They'll last you a good year in the refrigerator. It's just powdered milk, and then some milk replacer. And you got to have a tube feeding bag. You buy those at Tractor Supply, and the cheap little bag's about $20. I've got one. It's 6 or 7 years old. I'll take a picture of it. I just recently bought a new one. They work with sheep. They work with your calves. Now let's see, this calf was born and it was a tough birth. And what this calf hit the ground, run it. That's rare in a tough birth. They're typically they're laying there and they're just worn out. Now they won't get up. They won't drink. They're this. They get a chance of being dehydrated. You're going to lose them. So what do you got to do? If I got to get that colostrum in there, tube feed. There's plenty of videos on how to tube feed. It's not that difficult. It's easier with a downed calf because they don't fight you. This one here, she probably whooped my butt a couple times, but I'd have got a tube in her. But the tube, you're guaranteed you're putting, exactly what you're putting in, how much you're putting in, and they're getting it all once you realize how to do it. The tube feeder is just a lifesaver. You got to have that, and you can't be afraid to use it. I'll put a picture of that thing. You get those at Tractor Supply. Anyhow. Love you. God bless.